90 cards. Ooh, it say autographs and memorabilia. So these could come with some autograph cards. Hopefully I got an autograph from one of these.
We got 20s, so we have 4 chances to see what their real intentions are. A lot of homies go ahead something to eat, but then when you go offer them something to eat,
got a package.
hey, show me the video, bro. We appreciate it. I fuck with y'all fist, bro. Hopefully it blows up before the TikTok ban gets up, bro. Yo, make sure y'all like it up. 50K likes.
Some cards.
Appreciate you, bro. Y'all be safe, man. All right, chat. We got 20s, so we have 4 chances to see what their real intentions are. A lot of homies go ahead something
What do you mean, a
but then when you
6-pack
go
of
offer them
cards?
something to eat, they be like, nah, never mind. So this time, we're going to see if they actually use it for the good cause. I'm not all judgmental and stuff. They want to use it for weed, whatever drugs, that's cool. But you got to be honest. You know what I mean? If I was homeless, I would tell the truth. All right, so I think to really set this off, we need to go near, like, the stores and things like that, near downtown.
I got some in my book bag.
Don't be on this
I got
sidewalk.
one blunt left.
Get out of people's way. It's my city, chat. I had to prove it
Out
to
of
him for a second.
26.
That's what's gonna happen, bro. I don't know, bro. Joseph Connell. Those names are 2 different people. Those are 2 different people, Brody. I get that a lot. Okay. All right, chat. Him. Okay. Nah, imagine.
Got the card. Gonna open up these packs of cards to see if I get some memorabilia or some autograph ones. I'm going in on the first pack.
What the? Bro, why is there a random? There's a random wheelchair. Bro, do you see the wheelchair? Why is there a wheelchair? Just no one's using it. I'm so confused. Chat. Oh, oh, never mind. I was about to ask you a question. I was seeing if you knew any more homeless people. I'm trying to give them some money.
Let's see, I got
Down there? Appreciate you, dog.
Elton Prince.
TV show. A little something. We streaming right now. Live stream.
Check out that part too. My name British. I'm an artist.
Blair
You from
Davenport.
could have been? Like with Drewski?
Yeah. I'm other than that.
What's your talent?
Caden Carter.
Oh, can we hear something?
Yeah, for sure.
Is it Apple Music or what is it?
I'm underground. Right?
Oh, you underground. Okay, I fuck with that. Let's put somebody on here.
I be roller skating, but like I don't be skateboarding.
He could have been with Drewski. Did you sign it? It was a 360 deal. I hope you didn't sign his papers.
I ain't signed his papers.
Okay, that's smart.
He stole my drip, that Versace shit. I'm a trendsetter.
I don't know who these people are.
Check out part
They must have been like a one-time thing.
Like that.
Must have had like one match on.
Bro, I got get hitters on Drewski right now.
Bro, you know.
Like we can press. I can press. No. But I can press him like for stealing
Some
your
dude
shit. Get
named
credit.
T something.
The streets know what it is. You know, the people that know me know.
The only the real know. If you know,
Who is
you know.
Grayson
All right.
Waller?
So which one you recommend?
Say Running.
Running Man. All right, chat. This is Running Man. His name's British, but the dollar.
Oh no, that's Brian Breaker. Brian Breaker. I ain't gonna lie, this is a good card though. It gave me a Roman Reigns from NXT. If you know, you know. Caden Carter and Pete Dunne when he won the NXT UK title. I ain't gonna lie, so far so good though. I caught a Roman Reigns from NXT. That's tough.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody should be comparing you to anybody else.
That right there is memorabilia. A Roman Reigns NXT. That's why I can't watch Canal Joseph. He be playing too much copyright ass music, like, and then he be in everywhere, like, bruh, you in the middle of public playing random ass music, like, bro, be making me mad, cause he be going to like random hoods and shit, trolling.
Chat with that.
Let's say Corey went live and told us how he met his future wife and why he put a ring on it, or why he put Carmen out. Brooklyn Zoo. What's good, what's good? That's the boss. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. Tell me, G, why are you looking for Chicago's deadliest serial killer? Like, what is your purpose?
Unsolved strangulation cases that could be the work of a serial killer.
Dozens of women who were all strangled or asphyxiated. Their cases remain unsolved.
Serial killer on the loose in Chicago.
A lady by the name of Jamala Edwards was found in 2210 in a garbage can just like this in this alley 20 years ago.
Their bodies were found in vacant lots, abandoned buildings, and alleys, dumped in garbage cans, and some even set on fire.
Why do you think they specifically targeted?
Have you ever been abducted?
Yeah. He killed so many women, he don't know how many.
Is there one of these killers that you think is doing the lion's share of the killing?
Yes.
In today's episode, we are investigating the infamous Chicago Strangler, a killer who some experts say has taken the lives of between 50 and 70 women over a nearly 2-decade period, making this person one of the most prolific serial killers in American history. The killer's MO seems to be this. He tends to hunt primarily black women, many of them who are sex workers, and he kills them by strangulation after he lures them into alleyways on the south and west sides of Chicago.
Man, I beat the goofy out of that stupid
Why
ass
isn't
nigga.
this being discussed more? Because I'm guessing for many
Strangling
watching, this is your
goddamn
first time hearing of a
sex
guy who, to put it
workers.
in perspective,
Like,
may
what
have
is you
killed 3 to
doing?
4
Then they
times
all
more
black
people
women?
than
Like,
Jeffrey Dahmer. To properly dive into this, we assembled a cast of experts. First, Mike Hammond, a retired Chicago homicide detective who has put dozens of murderers behind bars in his career. Next, Thomas Hargrove, the founder of the Murder Accountability Project, an organization with the country's most complete accounting of unsolved murders. And Thomas is known as a guy that can algorithmically predict with a high degree of accuracy if a serial killer is in your city. Then we got Reverend Hood, a pastor and community leader who has built a network supporting survivors of strangler victims, and Reverend Hood claims to have sat face to face to the guy who is the primary suspect of this all. Next up, Rabbi Ben Yosef, a community activist demanding justice for the victims, who takes it upon himself to bring us to some of the murder sites. And finally, we even speak with a family member of a strangler victim and with Chicago citizens who live in the areas where the strangler strikes. Let's get to it. We're going to meet a community leader who's been tracking down these murders, trying to bring justice to these victims and their families. In fact, we're very close to a murder site where a murder happened 20 years ago in this alley behind me, and we're going to look into that. How many of these murders are unsolved? Pretty much all of them have been unsolved. And how many are we talking? We're talking 51 plus. In 2004, Tamala Edwards was murdered right here in this alley. The killer strangled her, wrapped her up in a comforter that was then tightly bound with duct tape, and placed her in a garbage can, where she eventually was discovered. A lady by the name of Tamala Edwards was found in 2210 in a garbage can just like this in this alley 20 years ago.
Yep. The way how these murders happen is, as you just said, a graphic example of no regard for human life. To put a human life within a garbage can, to say, I'm going to do this to this person, just goes to show how horrific and how much an outcry and outrage there should be within the city.
What comes to mind when people say the Chicago Strangler?
I think it's more than one.
We believe that it's more than one strangler. I would have felt better if it was said mass murder, something to culminate that more than 51 women got killed.
There's certainly not one. We know that for sure. Because the 51, there's 21 different DNA profiles.
We found that the overwhelming majority of
Well, put a solo
homicides involved
code.
women who were strangled or asphyxiated, and their bodies were left out of doors, often in abandoned
I just
buildings,
put a Mandy
empty alleyways.
Rose card.
I think something happens to wake
Fire.
that demon up that's in their cranium. And once that demon is woken up, then it goes on the bend of killing
Becky
women.
Lynch.
On the quest to build a profile of who this killer is, let's reference one of the most popular serial killer prediction frameworks, the McDonald Triad, created by psychiatrist John McDonald and used by famous serial killer hunters like Special Agent John Douglas. The three behaviors noted in this theory are obsessive fire setting, persistent bedwetting, and cruelty towards animals. This theory has faced pushback by researchers, but what it hones in on is the question on everyone's mind, which is if we could determine the common factors of serial killers, will we be better able to stop and apprehend serial killers before they go too far?
And they won't stop until that bend in their brains settle down.
Her life matters, that there should be closure for her, and that she should not be silenced because of this, that the community should rally around her because her voice has been silenced.
It's very strange to be in a location, the exact location that you know someone lost their life in a struggle. You can say whatever you want about our occupation, but she was another human living life, trying to make money and trying to provide. And to end up in a garbage can is such a horrific way to go.
Disproportionately, these victims are sex workers or have a history of using illegal drugs.
We go to great lengths to bring you guys inside scoops on a story. How sketchy would you think this is? It's up there. We go. Sketchy rating? 10. So is it common in your world to hear of women that go missing?
Yeah, you hear stuff all the time, like this like 30-some-year-old white lady that they found on Lake Cook Road that was like 13 or 16 weeks pregnant when they found her, but she was missing for like 2 days. And then it was 2 weeks before that, somebody else was found near the 5th and Cicero.
So I think it's a serial killer killing them, right? I think they just don't be
talking about it like that. People like body parts and stuff coming up. People be flying by the river. That shit is normal. So it's like, how the fuck is that normal?
He's got to be 45 to 65. He's definitely a city worker, you know, because he knows the neighborhoods. He knows where the host girl is. He knows where to dump these girls.
What makes you say for sure city worker?
He understands what neighborhoods you can get away with it in and what neighborhoods you can't. And he knows how to move, and he knows probably when the police changes are, shift changes.
A lot of the people that get snatched up is like streetwalkers, right?
Yeah.
So what attracts a streetwalker faster? A white guy with some money, an older white man with some money. So it gotta be an older white man.
But he's also targeting girls that are just hooked on shit out here.
We asked a serial killer expert, and what he says, if you want to know the color of the killer, look at the color of the victim, and almost always it matches.
Our most likely scenario is that there's something like 3 multiple victim killers, 2 are African American and 1 is white.
And how do you know that?
It's what the evidence suggests. One of the victims had DNA at her crime scene that was recovered, and it matched another sexual assault. The victim survived and described a man who had a mustache and apparently a fake Hispanic accent, but was definitely Caucasian.
Have you ever experienced danger on the job?
Yeah, so white guy used to like back up and then literally you have to take your shoes off and it would be like dead winter. Like you'll have no shoes in the middle of dead winter trying to like get away.
So it's a way to keep you under control in the car.
I guess so you can, yeah, exactly. So most lately the thing that a lot of people have been doing is having you get in the back seat and there's like the child safety lock will be on so you can't get out.
That's happened to you before?
Yeah.
Is that scary?
Yeah.
What do you do in that situation?
It's like your heart sinks, like you just get that feeling.
You're in the highest risk profession for getting a serial killer.
Right.
What does that make you?
It's a risk, but sometimes people are like, don't feel like they have a choice.
Just on the alley over there, Makaleva Williams was killed just out here. She was killed in 2004. Do you know anything about this particular killing or this particular victim?
Yeah, I do. First sad story. She was in foster care most of her young life. It's alleged she was sexually abused in foster care. She would come back up here to Chicago, and then she's an 18-year-old on her own, and she starts in on the streets.
So many victims of sex trafficking, they left home. They were runaways who apparently thought that they had had enough.
So this was 20 years ago, so this building may have not...
Yeah, this is much cleaner than it was then. The store was open, and she was actually found in a bag, like a duffel bag, like a laundry bag. Almost impossible, you think, looking at it, you get a body in there.
Continue to fight for you and stand with you. And do whatever I can to make sure your name is not forgotten.
How do we bridge the gap that people want to work with police, people feel comfortable with police are more equipped to do their job? And what do you guys think about some of those things?
I don't think there is a disregard for activists such as myself to work with detectives. I do work with detectives and police on these issues.
Will you be looked at as a bitch if you work with detectives and police?
It could be, but the fact is, my job is to bring justice. That's what we stand on.
Let's talk about why Chicago is the perfect hunting grounds for a serial killer to lurk. The truth is, Chicago has an unacceptably low homicide clearance rate. And for reference, a clearance rate refers to the percentage of criminal cases that are solved. How would you rate the Chicago PD performance in finding the perp?
I think you're always trying to do your best. And you're trying to... No life has, to me, and the people I worked with, no life has more or less value than another. Because you're always talking to the victim's family. So you're trying to always do the best you can.
Historically, Chicago's homicide solve rate has been concerning. In 2016, the city reported a clearance rate of just 21%, which is much lower than the national average of 60% at that time. In other words, 80% of the time, the murderer gets away. That is insane. The cycle keeps getting worse and worse.
Worse, and it spans. And then we have another 20, 30 years of these cases and not getting saw because of distrust.
I don't see the Chicago Police Department doing anything really proactive because policemen are just simply afraid that they're going to be prosecuted or thrown on a bus just for trying to do their job.
5,000 police investigations in Illinois are awaiting DNA test results. The backlog is huge, and today at a hearing, lawmakers demanded action on 50 unsolved strangulation cases that could be the work of a serial killer.
My theory is this: the Chicago Strangler has been able to remain undetected for so long. He operated in a perfect storm. First, his victims. He targets women in poor communities working vulnerable jobs like sex work. Sadly, the people he kills don't seem to generate the same uproar that a brutal murder of a suburban lady would. Next, he kills in neighborhoods that already have high crime, thereby allowing his crimes to blend in better due to the police being overloaded with cases to work. And finally, these neighborhoods are places where police trust is quite low, which leads to a general lack of collaboration of citizens willing to work with police and give them helpful information to help solve the crime. What do you guys think in the comments?
Have you ever been abducted?
Yeah.
What was that like? What happened?
So I guess there was like 3 brothers, and one of them kidnapped me and brought me back to like this house. I guess they were selling drugs out of because they had like the windows boarded up and nothing on the door or whatever. And literally kept me there. I was there 3 days and just like the guy wouldn't leave, and I just had it like I couldn't leave. Like I think I got McDonald's like 1 time. So he ended up leaving, and the door guy or person whoever was working the spot, I literally just like threw the board and went flying. He started chasing me. There's like ice, middle winter, no shoes, went flying down the alley. There was this car coming down the alley with this lady, and I'm like screaming like help me or whatever, and she just like kept going. They don't care. Just leave the windows up, like.
We're going to talk to family members of the victims. This is potentially a very painful moment for a lot of these people. I know when my pop died, I didn't really confront the grief for a long time. And I was challenged by a mentor of mine to journal about it, write it down. It was a very painful process, but it also was very healing, revisiting the memories, and I think it was a big step in the recovery process of losing somebody. So I'm honored that they're telling us their story, because a lot of news outlets have reached out to them, and they're talking to us. So I appreciate that. We're going to go in and visit them, and we'll see you inside.
I was involved in as far as
Work at 9 to 5, come home, smoke, chill,
the impact of the families, and Mike knows
roller skate, basketball, go to the gym,
but all detectives know we have to make those phone calls
and
at 3
repeat.
o'clock in the morning, and God bless you if you never had to make those calls or face-to-face, not even say calls, really face-to-face meetings for the most part and stuff,
WWE 2K.
Bad news to people and stuff, and it's like, that's probably like one of the hardest parts of the job. Can you imagine this young lady, how her life trajectory has changed, not having her mother here since she was 9 years old.
Well, my mother meant the world to me. I love and I really miss my mom. It's more so in the back of my mind because I really don't try to think about it because it's just too painful just knowing that it is someone out there possibly that's responsible for the death of my mom and also 50 other women. I want her to be remembered as a loving, caring, free spirit, very fun to be around person that loves her children.
Why do you think they specifically targeted your mom?
I think she was just at the wrong place at that time. She was probably stalked and watched. It was a familiar place, and I feel like, they knew her, seen her there before, so it's a possibility. They felt like, she was some type of target, so yeah, that's why.
What are the consistencies among the victims that the Chicago Strangler is known for?
Definitely strangulation. There have been known for body parts missing, torsos. On the west side of Chicago, it was
I just put a Miko Satomori card.
On the south side of Chicago, it could be up to 3 to 4 miles. South side of Chicago is a lot bigger, and we believe the number was a lot higher on the south side of Chicago. Because like this guy here, he either got off the train stop or somebody that was a professional known in the community to get away with something like a teacher or, or something of that sort that's been known in the community. That's what gets me when I look at those deaths. So this person is methodical, and any gaps makes me think he was either in jail or the hospital.
Serial killers should never be off the streets. They all should be locked up and the key thrown away. I don't think that there's no help for them. Teeny weeny component of a cell is buried in their cranium. And it is not going to go away unless there's some type of surgery that can be performed on those type of people.
Is there one of these killers that you think is doing the lion's share of the killing?
Yes, Darren Dion Vaughn.
Darren Dion Van shocked the nation in 2014 when police arrested him for the murder of Africa Hardy in Hammond, Indiana. But what began as a single case quickly unfolded into something much darker. Van confessed to killing at least 6 more women, leading investigators to his victims' remains in abandoned homes across Gary, Indiana, thereby earning him the nickname of the Gary Strangler. But is it possible that Darren could also be the Chicago Strangler? In his confession, Van hinted that he had been killing for nearly 20 years, and his style of killing matches with the MO of the Chicago Strangler. Many experts, like Thomas Hargrove, think that Darren can very well be responsible. Because many of the Chicago murders are near the train line, it's easy to imagine Darren boarding the train from Gary, getting out at a Chicago stop on the south and west sides, giving in to his killing impulse, then returning home to Gary. What's more is in his confession interviews with the police, Van claims to have victims across multiple states.
And Darren Vaughn told police in Hammond, Indiana, he's made a lot of mistakes.
4 or 5 in California. How many in North Carolina? 1, because I ain't stayed all. Texas, I think there's 2. At least 2 in Milwaukee. And there's 3 in Minnesota. I'll say about 7 in Detroit. How many in Chicago? Chicago is a lot.
One of the goals in setting out to do this was to try and solve some of these murders. And so with many of the fingers pointing towards Darren Dion Van, we sent him a letter and we reached out to the Indiana Department of Corrections portal in attempts to reach him. Now, we have no idea if the letter that we sent to Wabash Correctional to Darren made it to him. Maybe it didn't make it past security. So we're still waiting for a response so that we can pursue those leads further. A theory of why Darren's claims of killing more women wasn't explored further is that Indiana investigators wanted to lock him away with certainty rather than complicate his case by making it federal. However, experts like Detective Mike Hammond would argue that Darren could not have possibly killed all these women. The Chicago Strangler is thought to have killed till 2018, and Darren, arrested in 2014, was already locked away in prison. And secondly, because of the multitude of DNA samples found in the victims, leading Mike to think that we are dealing with multiple killers. The problem is, with many of the
What's
victims
weird
of
at your house?
being found with multiple DNA samples is to be expected and just further complicates tracking down the killer. You had a conversation with Darren Dion Van, who some say is the Chicago Strangler, the one of the guys responsible for most of the bodies. Tell me about your conversation with him.
He had no problem with talking about the girls he killed in Gary, Indiana, which is exactly 40 minutes from here. Gary, Indiana is across the street, basically, right? But when he talked about Chicago, he said he killed so many he can't remember. And to look at this man, this young man in his face, that was part of the armed services, that looked like he wouldn't even swat a fly, to tell you he don't know how many people he killed, it's sickening. And it hits me to the gut. I know. We're talking about 51. I know it's more than 85. There's no connection to all 85, but there's still 85 women that's being killed in Chicago.
We first detected him in Gary, Indiana, where he was responsible for most of a cluster of 15 murders of women. And then the algorithm signaled that there was a very similar cluster occurring in Chicago, a much larger cluster. And the Gary, Indiana murders go back to the 90s, but the cluster in Chicago started around 2001. And we think that's when Mr. Vaughn discovered the joys of public transit. We think he took the Chicago Transit Green Line into the city when he had what he called killing urges. Produced a map showing the body recovery sites of these 51, and you'll see a linear pattern of 9 or so victims that occur right along the Green Line. He has been killing his whole adult life, and he has a difficult time establishing normal relations with women. He speaks to getting killing urges. In fact, you can see his confession at our website. When he gets killing urges, he can't afford his own home, so he was living with his brother and his brother's family. When he would get killing urges, he had to leave. He couldn't stay in the home and possibly harm members of his own family, so he would leave. He would walk around Gary, Indiana, or he would go further afoot. It was a very random murder. They were grabbed and usually killed close to where their bodies were found. Nothing very sophisticated in these murders, just opportunistic.
How sure are you that Darren Dion Van has claimed life in Chicago?
Look at him straight in his eye. He's not lying. He killed so many women, he don't know how many. Now, do I think he killed all 51? No.
It would be nice to point the finger at Darren Dion Van, accuse him to be the likely suspect of all these murders, get some closure and move on. However, it is impossible that Darren did all these murders. There were 5 murders that happened between 2004 and 2005 that he couldn't have done because he was serving time in an Indiana jail. What he did was, in front of police, he threatened to kill his girlfriend by holding a gas cannon lighter in one arm while the other arm was around her neck. There are an additional 5 murders from 2009 and 2013 that he couldn't have done because he was serving a 5-year prison sentence in Texas for a brutal sexual assault. So there are at least 10 murders from this period that Darren could not have done. This further supports Detective Hammond and Thomas Hargrove's theory that there are multiple killers involved, but unfortunately, it also further complicates this deadly mystery.
When was the last time you were contacted by police regarding your mother's death?
I was never contacted. They contacted my grandmother one time, and it was for identification purposes. When I got older, I contacted them, and they didn't even know. They really knew who she was. They said, like, oh, the case, the file, we delete the file, something like that, or they don't carry the file.
What does that make you think?
They just don't care. Because I don't think it's a complex case. I mean, she was found somewhere where she stayed, where she frequently visited and hung out at. So, I mean, I don't feel like it should have been hard to find out, you know what I'm saying, who done it, at least, like, gather some type of information as to what happened.
So some of the comments I've gotten is if all the victims were white ladies that were accountants or middle class, if the murders had already been solved right now. But because a lot of the women are black women, minority women that are working the streets, no one cares, the cops aren't going to bother. What do you feel about that?
Yeah, so in general, Chicago's pretty low on their success rate of solving any kind of murder. Here it's like 20 or 30%, it's really low. I don't think it's necessarily what color you are, it's just that they know that a lot of those people have like left their homes or whatever, their families used to them going on binges, missing, you know, so no one will be exactly looking for them right away.
So no one's really sure where they are anyways.
Yeah, and like a lot of people don't have them, so if they were there, who's gonna know anyway?
You ever thought that your mom was got by the Chicago Strangler?
Probably yes and no. Like, a part of me feel like maybe it could have been somebody she knew, and then part of me feel like it could have been a serial killer, Chicago Strangler.
So we've heard about the crimes Darren may have committed, but what do we know about who this guy is? Little about his childhood is known, other than he grew up in Indiana, and in 1991 he enlisted in the Marine Corps, but received an other than honorable discharge after only 2 years in the service. The specific reasons for his discharge have not been publicly disclosed. What we do know about Darren is this: he has a notable criminal background. However, there is something potentially disturbing that we uncover. According to a confidential source, he has been arrested over 75 times. However, most of his rap sheet has been redacted. Why? With guys like Jeffrey Dahmer and Ted Bundy, we have enough information about them to make a Netflix series. But when it comes to Darren, there's barely any information out on his past on the internet, and what is documented has been censored. Why?
What were her injuries?
No, she was strangled and just beat up real bad to the point where it damaged her brain severely. She was on life support for 2 years before my grandfather decided to pull the plug.
I can't imagine what that's like going into a room with a family member that you love. They're disfigured, they're beaten up, and having to. Tiana, so does this alley look familiar to you?
Yeah, it does.
And what's going through your head right now?
Just memories and stuff with my mom. These are my last memories with her. We used to stay down here and go to the grocery store across the street.
So you used to live close by?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess what's running through your guys' head then? So I'm looking from a cold case perspective. What year would have been? What year was it?
99.
99. So, several time ago. So much of this has changed. I can see now about 10 video cameras. Probably weren't here at the time. There are probably buildings that were here, right, that were multi-unit buildings. So I'd want to know if I could go back and find out what buildings were there, were they multi-unit buildings, who lived there, and you can do that. It's a lot of work, but it can be done. I'd be really wanting to look at the specifics of where she was discovered exactly, like within as many feet as I can, and things like that. So this is a tough place because it's pretty desolate. Two questions. One for each of you is, at any given time, how many murders can a homicide detective be looking at once? It varied from 13 to 25, 30 at times. But then, because I worked on cold cases, I would take on a lot of cases. Yeah. So there is a perception that if you're poor or if you're black, that the police don't care as much about the murder. As a black detective, can you give the other side of the table?
Yeah, well, I'll get the other side of the table, and some of that is accurate, so I'm not here, I love the police department, it's gas, but I tell people all the time, but I'm not a spokesman for the police department. There's some dog asses on the police department, some dog asses at the post office, why you didn't get your mail on time, that exists in every line of work. The police just seem to be highlighted and spotlighted more and stuff, obviously, and for good reason in some cases.
Does it kind of blow your mind that someone could potentially get away with killing 50, 60, 70 women and not get caught?
Yeah, it saddens me because, how can you take a job and, not even care about doing it properly, and especially when it comes to human life and women.
If you could say a message to the Chicago Police Department, what would you tell them?
I would just tell them, if it's possible, take a look. I know you got other things going on and other things that you do, but this is just important.
If you could sit across from the strangler, what would you say to the guy?
I was just why? Took my mom away, and it's crazy asking that because it reminds me of a conversation I had with my dad when I was younger. The person, you feel like the person who did it, do they deserve to die or whatever? And I was telling him, no, I don't feel like, they deserve to die or whatever. And, I was young back then and stuff like that. But now that I'm older, adult, I kind of feel the same way.
I look like a ghost.
Did listening to the detectives talk today change your perception on it?
Yeah, I know they have a hard job to do, but, I just still can't, I still hold resentment towards them or whatever because it is my mom, and I feel like they didn't do everything they could have done to try to solve the case, and I feel like the case wasn't too complex. It was things that I feel like they could have been done that wasn't done, and I feel like they didn't care because of race and...
Do you think closure would make you feel better?
Yeah, closure would definitely make me feel better. It won't bring justice because my mom isn't here, but definitely just knowing, what happened and why, why they did this. Even if they say, oh, I did it because I was high. I'll take that. I'd rather, have, partially something on the plate than nothing at all.
Folks, the reality is there are still many cases, upwards of 50 to 70 women who have not been solved. And our goal is to bring closure to these cases. So if you have any connections with these company corrections or rules of speaking for the program, or know anything about these murders that might help solve them, please reach out to me at TommyGBD123@gmail.com because our goal is to help these cases become solved. Perhaps, with you, the audience, we can crowdsource this happen. So email me, reach out if you have any leads. Thank you for joining me on this episode, and see you next week.
What is this article? Demand by Marisa Palin for $6.2 million. What? Well, that's a $6.2 million banana. Are you kidding? We need to find you another banana. Bananas.
Gentlemen,
What advice you have?
who needs art?
I think you're supposed to say, hey, Meta. Like, hey, Meta, who leads art? And then Meta would say, Chris Pratt.
Hey, Meta, call my lawyer.
Pick 2 of Arby's beef and cheddar and crispy fish sandwiches for $6.99. It's surf and turf, reef and beef.
What's up, y'all? Got a family to feed, so let's get into this tea. We about to get into Brooklyn Frost and Jay Cinco's secret exposed. For his case update, Chris Hale's final words to Queen Nash.
Out on bond, he posts his sister who is currently still in Dubai. People will wonder why she didn't come back to the States to bail him out. Oh, I forgot the girls mentioned her in the police statement when they said that he called her that night and asked her should he off the girls and leave them on the side of the road, and she said yes. So what if she's scared to come back because she think they're gonna arrest her too? So she gave CJ on 32 the money, and he bailed Corey out, because it ain't no way Corey broke. He was just in Dubai, and Dubai ain't cheap, and he's been bouncing around freely, booking and moving and eating at big top restaurants. And anyway, Corey just posted a new tattoo in honor of his family member that just passed away. Corey does have court April 9th, and people are wondering what punishment Corey may be facing. Well, lawyers spoke out on Corey's case on Law and Crime. Listen.
Right now, I want to ask you, do you agree that this was the right charge in this case? I do think it's the right charge because this is based off of what the women have said to the investigators, because otherwise it would just be a kidnapping. If I was, of course, defense counsel now, I would make this be a trial case because there's several issues here with the case. So it could be, it's an interesting portion for this particular case. So the first thing to think about is that the women voluntarily got into the vehicle with him, and that's going to be something that defense counsel raises. Now, it transitions, and this is the arguable part here, is that it can transition into a kidnapping when the women have stated in their testimony with investigators that he pointed a gun at both of them and stated in some very colorful language that he was going to sexually abuse them, and then he killed them. And so that's when it transitions into an aggravated kidnapping at that point. Now, the text messages between the women and Corey, that's going to play a very important role in if this case continues to be a trial or if he accepts some type of plea agreement.
Chris has had some final words for Queen Naija.
Queen, baby. Child. We don't know how this is about to go forward. Let's just keep watching.
I won't even be mad if you can't run it back home. Hey, I'm just saying. I am just the messenger. I won't even be mad if you text me right now and say, Chris, I am packing my things and I'm taking the kids and we're on our way back to Houston. I will not be mad, baby. I am just saying. You know, I got feelings too, just like y'all. So, this is my last time talking about Queen. Put this in y'all calendar. I know, Clarence, you finally get what you want. I'm done talking about our baby. I mean, your baby. I hate when I do that. I'm done talking about your girlfriend. You're not gonna see me make no more videos. No more TikToks. I'm done. This is my last time talking about give it up. I know, give it up. This is my last time. It's been a minute. Like I need to go into a new chapter in my life. Just how I'm growing, I can take accountability and say, yeah, even though I be joking, I'll be serious, but like I can stop. This is my last time. This is my last time mentioning Queen. Y'all would never hear me say Queen name. I don't give a fuck if they ask me to come do an interview, try and pay me $50K, 200. Okay, I gotta do it. If they pay me $200K then they bring, I gotta do it. But like just me off for the strength of me, okay? I'm not gonna bring up Queen or Clarence Shuwan.
The Brooklyn President Jay Cinco is going on a secret trip to Japan for Valentine's Day.
sister. I don't feel bad. I mean, you chose the wrong baby daddy. All I got.
I go to Tokyo on the 13th.
Really?
Yeah.
So we go out to the country in what? 3 weeks? Go to the country 3 weeks? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Now, even though Brooklyn Pro said that she's going to Tokyo in February, and Justin said he's leaving for vacation in 3 weeks, neither one of them are revealing that they're going with each other. So people are wondering, is this a content trip or is this a personal trip? And it did help last night when Deshae was asking him about next month, which he was referring to the trip, and Jay Seiko kept dodging the question.
Next month? Nah, I ain't telling what I'm doing. Nah, I ain't telling. You should tell him. Nah, I ain't telling him. I don't want to tell him because, you know, I don't want to tell him, bro, shut your ass. Like, what you talking about?
Deja was on live with her boyfriend Quick, and this happened.
They talking about Quick and Clarence scared of marriage. We ain't scared of marriage. Don't let things.
Okay, all right. Hell no. Don't start talking about that shit. Leave that alone, baby.
No, I ain't gonna get in that.
Don't start about that shit. Don't start my lie about all of that. Or hear that shit.
I don't blame him.
If you think you're talking about that, think it off. I don't want to hear that.
He is in his baby mama house. Damn, what the fuck were him in his fucking baby mama house?
See how raw my baby mama is? You see how Daisha, how raw she is, bro? Y'all see how raw
Why would he be over there with his daughters? What the fuck? Y'all are dragging. Now y'all are dragging it.
You know, raw.
Wait, he's at his baby.
Hello, everyone. My name's Timmy. I'm the shooter of the whole world. And this is my Honda stage.
His baby mama house?
Yeah, right. Yeah, raw she is.
Cause y'all trying to clock me thinking y'all could be on some tea. Acting like I don't know the tea though. It is HR ass.
Yanni and Troy both spoke out after Yanni found out that Troy was cheating on her during
The
her
man should be able to see his children, so that's all I got.
pregnancy up until now with a 28-year-old woman with 2 kids. Now, Yanni and the baby are supposed to be moving out of his house after she found out that he was cheating.
Why you out here dating all these girls that's damn near your mom age? What's going on with Steve? Why you dating? Why was you messing with a 30-year-old? You could have got that grown woman locked up. You know that?
But I'm 18 now.
You 18. Did you lie to her about your age?
Nah.
So she knew you was that young? Where's your mother?
She over there.
Can I ask her a question?
Me on live. This is so not right, Troy.
I know, it's crazy, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm glad that your day is going good.
Yeah.
But I have a question. My question is to you, as Troy being your son, how do you feel that he dates, like, old females? Like, so far as, like, you know, the age gap, and not even just the age gap, even him messing with the 30-year-old lady. Like, how do you feel as that being your son?
Messy Mind asks all the questions we all want to know.
I don't like it, but Troy's hard to control. You know, he wants to be older than what he is, but
okay.
I mean, I tried to give him advice, but he doesn't listen. But with Yanni, I don't really think it's a bad age. You know, 3 years is not that bad, but in the beginning it was kind of. But nobody listened to me, so now we have a baby and a family. So, and I love her and I love the baby.
Okay.
Be honest. Y'all rather me be like, no, I ain't cheating. No. The fuck? I made a whole YouTube video saying I did.
When a nigga get y'all the truth, y'all don't want that. And he's 18, girl, please.
And nigga wanna be like, oh, he proud of it. He proud of it. How am I proud of it? How am I proud of it? But clearly I'm ashamed.
I didn't watch his whole video.
No, baby, you're not ashamed. It just is what it is.
Only because, first of all, it started off wrong for me. You apologize to your supporters, but what about my apologies? What about
out the sorry that I deserve, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. So this is my thing, right? I found out, well, I had been found out that he had been cheating on me. What really started off he was cheating on me was the whole B situation. I'm not even finna.
Brooklyn Queen got it.
He's crashing out. He's not crashing out. He's trying to go viral. He's not crashing out. He could care less. He's been in the house and everything and acts like me and babies don't exist. He could care less. He's just playing on y'all's time for sympathy. He thinks it's a joke. And trust me, y'all. It's funny. He's watching. I don't care if he is watching. I could care less.
I wouldn't definitely can't be like 20. How old is that girl?
Whenever heartburn strikes, get fast relief with Tums. Also try Tums Gummy Bites. You make it through security so fast. The agents applaud. You're a traveler.
You feel what I'm saying? The be there got it here, you know. I've been chilling over here. So look, I talked to her for like hours. I'm trying to like figure her out, like trying to get her mind right. Blah, 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 blah. She was acting very weird. She was acting mad weird, bro. She was acting very dry and everything. So her birthday in October, right? So my goal was to take her out the country, Hawaii, because she can't go out the country. My goal was to take her to Hawaii for her birthday, because the year before that, she just went to the club and all that stuff. I like, look, like, our relationship need to get fixed. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I said, let's go to Hawaii. I'm gonna take you to Hawaii for your birthday, and we can spend time together, just me and you. You know what I'm saying? And let's get our relationship back together. Like, it's us time. She was acting mad, weird, and dry, right? So she was like, yeah, yeah, okay, we can see. Her mom was at the crib the whole entire time, by the way. Her mom was there for so long. I ain't never seen her mom. Mind y'all.
Thank God her mama was there. Because while she was gone for 2 weeks, we know damn well you didn't have the kids. How do we know? Because you get on live every day without them. So I would be saying, see? You see what I'm saying? Y'all just be alley-ooping me right into the accountability. I would be like, thank God her mama was there because she was able to watch my boys. Maybe I'm just...
Her mom don't speak no English. Her mom speak nothing but Spanish. You feel what I'm saying? So it ain't about what you believe, because it ain't here for you to believe it. It's what I know and what I experience. So if you don't believe it, you can kick rocks, because it ain't gonna change the story. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, I tried to take this girl to Hawaii for her birthday.
Why he building tree houses too?
Spend quite time together. She went behind my back and set up a party at a club in Houston. I was so livid. We in the same crib. I found out through an Instagram post. I'm trying to take you to Hawaii for your birthday, and you set up a party at a club in Houston with a whole bunch of people you don't know. A whole bunch of girls that were around you that was trying to be and talk to me. Oh, Jesus. Even some of the girls she cool with right now, I hate to say that, but they were trying to talk to me. So that had made me so mad. Like, I had got so mad because I couldn't understand. I couldn't fathom it. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to take you out. You know what I'm saying?
Him saying that don't even matter to me because you should have told him. Or whatever.
Feel me? And
he wanted to fuck them.
You want to do this? I said, cool. So she was being dry and everything. I got tired, y'all. I swear to God, bro. I just got tired, bro. Dead ass. I remember like it was yesterday, April the 9th. I mean, not April, but October the 9th. I remember like it was yesterday. I got tired. She was dry as hell. You know what I'm saying? And what I did was, I said, leave. I said, you gotta leave, bro. Like, you gotta go. I said, my kids with me. I said, bro, I'm not gonna continue to be in this relationship, bro, and it's this ride. Like, I don't know what you got going on. It's weird. For the people that don't know, I broke up with her. Everybody think that she left me. No, I didn't just put her and my kids out. I told her that I'm done with her. Let's figure this out. Let's separate. I don't want to be together no more because I couldn't handle it. The relationship was just weird. So I went to Funny Mike party. Funny Mike had a birthday party. I went to Funny Mike party. When I went to Funny Mike party, I came back home. When I came back home, she left and she took the kids with her. They was gone. I didn't know where they went.
You know damn well she wasn't gonna leave them with you. I mean, hell, she couldn't. You was at a party.
You see what I'm saying? I came back home, my with me and everything. Everybody, like, my whole gang was with me. I got proof that all my they know they was with me. So I'm trying to see where they at. She didn't answer the phone, where they at. So I realized, like, all right, you wanna, you know what I'm saying? Be the big dog, you wanna be like that, take my kids with me, I don't know where y'all at. I said, okay, so what I did was, I packed the rest of her stuff up that she left in the garage because she had already packed me. When I had came home, I had came out of Alabama, and I was heading back home to Texas, and we got a student on the phone, she had the mad weird. And then so when I got there, her stuff was packed up. And she went in the video or whatever. She did a video with somebody. She did some type of video. I had stuff up. So she left that night when I went to Funny Mike party. The next morning, all thing I did was this. I just packed the rest of her stuff up and I put it at the door. And I took a picture of it. She had my kids with her. I didn't know where they were. So I don't know if you took my kids, you gone. So I just got Kaden Crib, and I put Kaden Crib out there because I was like, okay, well, if you're going to take them, then I don't know.
Stay on top of payments with one app. Pay or get paid. Split payments with a group. Schedule an upcoming payment.
I don't know where you at with my kids. At least get his bed and stuff so he can be comfortable. I don't.
You the one with the money. You put her out. She the one who got the kids. Because you definitely didn't ever. I mean, what do we? You put the crib outside just to make sure he could be comfortable. Well, she didn't have no money. She didn't have no money or nowhere to go. And you thought that the baby would be more comfortable in that bed than in the home that you created for your family. You put her and them kids out. What we talking about? This jail.
I don't know where y'all at. I didn't put them out as y'all say I did. As she be telling y'all that I did. Oh, he put us out. That is exactly what I did. Like, she was gone already. I didn't know what the hell they was. So I just put the rest of the stuff outside. Then she got on the internet and flipped it and said that I put them out. I didn't tell you to take my kid with you, first of all. You see what I'm saying?
If she didn't take the kids with her, who the was gonna take care of the kids? Corey. Who was gonna take care of the kids? This is a joke. He's such a joke.
But that's what the internet believed though. So now
he literally told us he put her out and the kids, while also saying, but I didn't.
This is how Precious came. This is out on YouTube. that she said that I brought Precious in the night that she left. That's a lie.
You brought her in the next day.
I called Precious down. Precious came 3 days afterwards.
Oh, so much better.
My girl had come to 3 days after. When I called her down, I said, you know what, I need somebody to come assist me, bro. I just need a girl to be here for me, you know what I'm saying, like help me with everything, you know, in the moment, like I'm going through this. That's when she came down. You feel me? She came down 3 days afterwards. She came straight down, like no question asked. Then I ended up going to Miami. I shot my music video to the song called Miami, in Miami. And when I went to Miami, that's when I realized, like, oh, I want to move down here. I asked my partner, do they got a penthouse in this building? He said, yeah. The penthouse was nothing but $5,000 a month. I was like, say this, I'm going to get this. I'm going to come out and get this hoe. Because the house that I was in, I was paying $9,000 a month. Okay? So I wasn't tripping. I was like, bet, say this. Let's go. Went to Miami. You feel what I'm saying? When I went to Miami, I had Precious with me. We never was dating. Me and Precious been with me ever since October, when she came down. From October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. She was with me for 8 months. I was single for 8 months. Down.
Look at me.
From October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. She was with me for 8 months. I was single for 8 months. You feel what I'm saying? I was single for 8 months.
Precious.
Dead ass. I wasn't. It was the end of 2023 going to 2024. Precious went back to Canada in June. That's when I started talking to Maddie. Alright? Because I met Maddie in April. After I left Miami and went back to Alabama. And then I came to Atlanta to a Young Blue party. And when I met Maddie, Precious was with me the whole time, but Precious was my assistant. Me and Precious never dated. But we was like this though, we were like best friends. Like, this is my twin.
And what's crazy is he's not
me like she's my dog. You feel what I'm saying? I love her like.
He's not including the fact that they was. It's kind of crazy, but right.
We just never dated. I was still doing my own thing. And when I was in Miami and shit. So it ain't even how I met Maddie. So me and Maddie kind of like started talking, and then they say no. Precious went back to Canada. I told her, like, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna talk to the girl. She went back to Canada. That was in June, July. Me and Maddie was together for 2 months. And after I broke up with Maddie, that when I started dealing with the demon. You know, if you don't know, you don't know. You don't need to know. But I started dealing with this witch. This lady, she was a witch. I didn't know it at the time, but she's a demon. I left Maddie. That's when I got manipulated by the demon, because the demon had put this false prophet on me. This false prophet told me all this stuff, and I was very vulnerable at the time. I was very, very, very vulnerable at the time. So that's how I got swindled in. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel for the onky don. So now the demon manipulated me, and I went to her. I left Maddie after 2 months and went to the demon. I was with the demon from October. I broke up with the demon in October. I left her, and when she went on the internet, tried to call me bro, and made up all these lies about me, all this crazy ass. Now when y'all see me on live, taking my stuff in her car, I had left her. I was done with her. I got the text messages, and when she realized I was done with her, she took all my stuff out the house and put it in the G-Wagon and was riding around Houston with it and wouldn't give it to me. Yeah, she lied and said my rap was fake. My shit's 100% real. She was.
That Corey gonna lie till he hit the grave, gang. I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't come out and say I scammed a bunch of people either. I ain't gonna get to that. I wouldn't have brought it up either. But you know, okay.
Yeah, the shit was really real. I had my car show down the road. I did the car show live in front of everybody. How can you fake a raffle? And I didn't even, like, a fan came up and dragged the names of everybody that joined the raffle, and the winner popped up in front of everybody on camera.
My
She lied and
eyes
said it
is
was
low.
fake. She lied. Yeah,
I'm
she
just
manipulated the whole
eyes
thing, right? But anyway, listen. The girl had all my stuff in the car, y'all. I was trying to leave her. She wouldn't let me leave. She wouldn't give me my stuff. So I was kind of like just irritated. I'm like, man, bro, just bring me my stuff. Bring my stuff. She riding around Houston in the G-Wagon with all my shit in the car, bro. Dead ass. I swear to God. And I'm a real, I don't be, you feel what I'm saying? I don't be tripping, bro. I be on some real player laid back ass, you feel what I'm saying? So when I realized this, I was like, when I got to her crib, I was trying to fix it. I was trying to work it out. She got mad because she came outside, and I was on the phone with her friend who was handling the business with some of the cars. Well, her friend wanted us to have one of her cars with her, right? She got mad, and she just the demon just spazzed out. I swear for God, they was standing next to me. I got guys that was standing next to me, bro. That witnessed this whole thing. They witnessed the whole thing, bro. Couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. She just, like, bro, I don't know. I guess she just got.
Hey, Meta, play my gallery music.
Activated. The demon just got activated. She went live. Y'all sitting just watching her. So I was with the demon for 2 months. Met the demon, and that how that. So I was single from November, the whole month of November. I was single. But mind y'all, now throughout the whole time, Precious still in my life. Maddie knew Precious. The demon knew Precious. Matter of fact, the demon was so obsessed with Precious. She was trying to get me to bring Precious to Houston and have a threesome with her. My girl, that girl, she don't rock like that. If I'm lying or flying, hey God, if I'm lying, God, strike me down right now. Kill me, take me out. If I'm lying or flying, she was trying to make me bring my girl Precious down and try to have a threesome with her. Mine, she knew that Precious was my best friend, like they're my twin. You feel what I'm saying? Like I let both of them know about Precious. Like I was like, look, this is my assistant, this is my best friend, this is my twin. You see what I'm saying? I'm letting you know about her respect. Like, so you know, I was dead ass respectful about it. Let them know, so they knew. Like you know, she my girl. Now that I said it, so they knew. She was trying to get her to come. Precious was going. Precious said no. She was going for that. Anyways, after I left her, after I broke up with the demon, and she made why every I broke up with, they always have me excited to break up with me.
call myself a YouTuber.
I broke up with every
I would say like a streamer or something.
I swear to God, for loud flying, I left them crazy. Anyways, but
I just got
I was single for the whole
2.7K.
month of November, and I was still talking to Precious. And Precious, my girl, she had left. She went to Dubai, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna come to Dubai with you on the game. But like, not even on a relationship type. We wasn't even talking on a relationship type stuff. I just wanted to go to Dubai with her and go check it out. Once I realized what I was going through, I just got restricted again, y'all. They say I'm talking about alcohol, tobacco, and drugs. I ain't saying nothing. My live visibility restricted, whatever. I don't know if people report me or whatever. I don't know what's going on right now. I don't know. I guess somebody report me. I don't know, bro. I'm tired of this. You need a mod. Somebody report him. These haters, bro. Like, what wrong? Who just sit on their ass and report me, bro? What I did to y'all, bro? Anyways, people miserable. People miserable as hell. I swear to God. They so miserable. Do I gotta restart the live right now? This my third time restoring, bro. God dang. And this another thing. Y'all see how they trying to silence me. They were wrong with this industry, bro. When you go to telling the truth and stuff, they try to silence you. They try to silence you, and they want people to just bash you, and they want people to just hate on you and all that. Like, but when you go to speaking and you telling the truth, they try their best to just silence you, gang. I swear to God, bro. They just
can't tell the truth in real life if he literally got paid for it. They was like, tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you Jesus. We'll give you 10 million. He'd be like, I already had that before. We'll give you 20 million. All right. And still alive. All of them.
My bad. I don't know why they keep trying to block me, bro. I be chilling so hard, bro. Alright, I'm gonna mod you. Hold on with that. Mod me, please. Okay. I'm gonna mod you until y'all said for y'all can kind of like make sure that. Anyways, all right, back to the story real quick so I can end this, right? Because I'm just kind of like giving y'all a little clarity. Now, mind y'all, I'm just talking about this on TikTok Live because I just want to like just give y'all a little clarity on my supporters, the people that watched all this stuff that happened. This is for y'all. For the people that's new, for the people that probably don't even know nothing about what I'm talking about, it's all good. All this being documented. I got a documentary coming out. So they can try to stop me on TikTok, but they have no clue. Look at that. They have no clue that I'm soon dropping something on YouTube. It's gonna be like a short movie, bro, of everything that kind of happened. The truth behind everything with proof with everything. I'm talking about text messages, pictures, like the details. So, cause you gotta think about it, bro. These people has tried to paint me to be this bad person, bro. And everybody that know Corey personally in real life know Corey is nowhere near what these women over the years has tried to paint me to be. I promise y'all, right? Now I'm not perfect. You feel what I'm saying? Come down to old Corey. Let me just keep it a band with y'all. I ain't even sitting here like y'all. The only thing Corey probably did for real, alright, brother. I done cheated a couple times. I ain't perfect. I'm sorry. Don't hurt me. You feel me? Young black with a lot of money. You feel me? I'm from Alabama. I'm like, bro, I went out to the real. You feel me? I done seen some things I ain't never seen before. And I got weak down there. Thinking with my second head, bro. But I did it respectfully. Now, it's disrespectful, but I did it respectfully. I never been a dog.
You were so close to telling the truth just now. You did it respectfully, Gore. Gore. Why do all of us know about it? Why do we all, why do we know, Corey? That's not respectful.
Cox Business Fiber Internet delivers upload speeds just as fast as your download speeds.
Jesus. Whoa, what in the chat?
I don't talk to. I don't disrespect you. I'm a nice, like smooth ass little young. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. You feel me? Now I had my days. I done grew for that. I'm gonna keep it bad with y'all, bro. Like even in the last like 2000. Okay, so it's the beginning of 2023. But I ain't cheat on Carmen and them at all. But I was cool because everybody was so used to judge me from like the old days, bro. Like 2022, 2021. And like, bro, people just, you know, one thing about life, people don't remember the good things you do. They only remember the bad things. So they try to judge you for the bad. So, bro, I am nowhere near what people try to pay me. I'm really like the nicest, coolest, most sweetheart ass. Take my shirt on my back and give it to you. Always giving people game. That's me. So don't be trying to don't let these folks fool y'all, bro. I'm like one of the nicest. But anyway, back to the story real quick. So yeah, so now here it go. This recent. All this is the end of last year. So all y'all just seen this. So y'all seen when I was with the demon, right? All I